It's an awesome job, man. I mean, we get to get out here and play every single day. What else what else do you want,
I can fly.
Good morning, guys. What's going on? It is 6:45 in the morning. I've been up for about an hour and 15 just working, creating content and stuff like that. I'm training with a really close friend. I went to college with him. I lived with him for a little bit. He's driving down from LA and we're gonna get a really good training session in. And he's a professional soccer player, and his story, if you think my story is crazy with the rejections and the trials and tribulations that I went through, I cannot wait for you to hear Armando's story. It's very cool. So I'm going to do a little bit more work. We're meeting at the field at 7:30 in the morning. And then when I get there, I'll let him basically kind of brief you on what his life is and how he became a professional soccer player.
Dude, I woke up at 5 and I was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Real quick, this is Armando. I've introduced you a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, a
What'd
little
you
bit.
say?
It's funny, I was talking to you a little bit. But we went to college together. We played at college, but basically you just signed with San Antonio FC.
Yeah, dude, it happened so quickly. I was down in Mexico trying to figure out if I was gonna sign a super low, budget deal, in the sense where like it was just like living conditions. And then San Antonio called, one of their keepers went down, and another one decided to go to Europe, got an offer in Europe. So there was a couple spots available. I came in, and then within a week I was in the squad. So everything like changed super quickly for me.
That's sick. All right, so we'll get a session in, and then afterwards we'll talk more about everything, because I really like sharing like everybody's story.
You got it.
Sound good? All right, let's get it. Cincinnati is crazy. San Antonio's dope. Sacramento's gonna get set up.
Trains with like speakers. You know they have a DJ in the locker room? You know that? Really? So they have a DJ.
And then like we have a mutual friend, so we talk like through a mutual friend. But I told them, they're like, yeah, bro, like after college, you finished UC Davis. Did you get your degree?
Yeah. So I was able to finish. It was something my mom wanted me to do, and I was close at the time. I did a fifth year at Davis to play my fifth season. So I decided to stay and finish up school. So as soon as that quarter ended, I went for it. I started looking at teams. I said I would go anywhere. I mean, anytime, anywhere. I had a decent amount of contacts in Mexico, where I thought I would be able to get on a team and just get some playing time, but that didn't even go to plan as I thought it would. I went to maybe 13, 15 teams, and it was either you're not good enough or sorry, we already have our keepers. And to be honest, I felt like I was at the level, but for some reason it wasn't working out for me, right? So I just kept going. I had to keep going for it. At the beginning, the first year and a half after I left Davis, I would say actually the first year or so was a struggle, like you said. It was really thinking that coming out of Davis that, everybody thinks you're going to get drafted and teams are going to be calling you and you're going to get on a team right away, right? And the reality is that, unless you're a top prospect in college and get drafted like 15, 20, or 30 overall, like you're going to have a hard time, one, getting into MLS right away, or even on a USL team. Yeah. So for me, it was hard reality, right? Just looking at that and just be like, you know what, I can either quit now or go for it, because going for it was, it entailed not having a stable job, going to different countries, being away from family, and I feel like everybody's on that mission of becoming a pro, but you need to understand what goes with it. And to be honest, I didn't. I had no idea that it wouldn't be that easy. I thought it was all going to be soccer related, oh, if I'm good enough I should be able to make it. It's not really about that, I guess, at this level. I'm dead serious. I probably went to, I want to say it's closer to 15 teams in terms of open tryouts, actual being in, I went to multiple preseasons over, a year and a half, especially before I actually went to Mexico. I tried to do some open tryouts here in the USL, contacted some teams, but unfortunately, it was hard to even get a response. So I knew I had to get playing time, get some game film, and I went down to Mexico, and I wasn't able to even get that down there, you know.
At what point was like the hardest point in your career? Did you ever have like a moment where you're like, I'm gonna quit?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think I'd like to pretend like I didn't, but I remember it was like after like my 10th team of, you know, they said, you're not good enough, sorry, we're gonna have to let you go. And it was very frustrating because, you know, you spend all this money on flights, on, you know, your stay, and not all the teams have accommodations for you, so a lot of stuff comes out of your own pocket, and you start thinking like, you know, you look at your friends, you start comparing, you really get yourself in a really dark hole, and that's where I was, where, you know, I saw guys, you know, teammates or friends that had stable jobs and seemed happy, and, you know, I'm over there down in Mexico without a team. You know, really I felt like throwing my money away and throwing my time away, from my family, and you know, it was hard, and I got to a point where I said, you know what, yeah, I'll quit, I'm done. I said I'm done. You know, funny thing is, like, next morning at like 7 a.m. already in the gym, because it just that's my schedule. And I remember being in that gym, and I called my mom. And I said, Mom, I'm coming home. I'm done. I'm done with soccer. And it was, you know, the best advice she had ever given me. She's like, why stop now? You know, this is your entire life. It wouldn't make sense for you to stop. It just doesn't. That's not who you are. And it was tough. I mean, it was tough to be like, you know, I want to keep going, because it's not easy. I think of myself a hard worker, good work ethic, and I was working hard every day, going to the gym in the morning, training in the afternoon, eating right. Like, so I thought I was entitled to get what I wanted, to get my contract, to get on the team, because I work hard, right? And I mean, honestly, it was almost a toxic situation where I was like working harder, but like just because I wanted the result right away. It switched when I stopped thinking about it like that. I started thinking, you know what? I enjoy this. You know, I like waking up, going to the gym, playing soccer, you know, being around teammates. Like, I really enjoy that. So my switch was, you know what? Whatever happens is gonna happen. There's stuff that I can't control, and I'm just gonna focus on having fun every single day, pushing myself every single day, making myself better. And it sounds cliche, but it's enjoying the process. It's more than the process, it's enjoying the day. Like, there's so many, you know, like, I think struggles is, you know, there's so many people that have different types of struggles, you know, like, you know, maybe didn't have food on your table, or maybe not have a roof over your head. Like, that is tough.
Yeah.
You're pursuing a dream, it should be fun. You know, you know, people quit because that dream becomes, you know, a negative thing in their life. It becomes a negative aspect of their life, and they don't want anything to do with that anymore, because it's no longer a dream, it's a nightmare. The term work hard is so like overrated in terms of like you have to burn yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's, again, like, that's on the other side of the spectrum. Like, you're doing yourself, you know.
Yeah, you're doing more harm than good. Yeah. All right, let's get game of 2 touchdown. Do you just play feet and chest only?
Yeah.
No thighs, no head?
No.
All right, let's do that. When did you sign for San Antonio FC?
I contacted them about a year ago. I sent them my highlight video. I told them I was interested, graduated from Davis, and out of the blue, they contacted me. They said that they're looking to bring some keepers in for some trials, and that they wanted to see me for about a week, a couple days, and then they would make a decision on that. So that was probably in mid-July, like end of July. I came in, and then everything happened so quickly. I think I impressed them. I think I impressed the coaching staff right away. Not only with, I mean, I think it's important to be at the level, but also have the right mentality, come in and know your role, know that, you know, coming in mid-season, it's all about being a good teammate and trying to help the team win, no matter what that is. And I think I was able to show them that in the short period of time that they gave me, and, you know, the rest, you know, it's worked out, yeah. Sometimes you'll know right away where you show up to a trial and you're like, all right, hold up. You know, they even, like, you see coaches on their phone, and like, you don't even see the head coach. Maybe they'll send down some assistant coaches. You know, I've been to a lot of clubs, and at the end of the day, sometimes clubs are about making money, and it's a business, and you feel like you're not even getting a real shot. But luckily I went to San Antonio. It's a very professional club in a sense where the moment I showed up, you can tell that they wanted to evaluate me. They were really having a close look because they wanted to see if I had the potential, and that motivated me. That just be like, all right, wow, they're actually watching. They actually want to know if I'm good or not.
Yeah.
You know, where sometimes where I go to, you know, I've been to trials and you're just like, wow, like they're not even looking, and it's disappointing. But over time, you realize that, like I said before, it's stuff that you can't control. So when I see stuff like that going on, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy the time I get. You know, I'm gonna enjoy this right now, treat it as a training session, do my best, and let it play out.
So we talked about this over the phone, but I think it's something that you should talk about in the video. But what was your thought process, or what was it like, your feelings, everything, your emotions when you signed your pro contract? Was it exactly what you thought it would be, or was it different?
Dude, like, oh my God. I remember talking to you about it, and I had it right in front of me, right? Contract, I was going in the office. Wasn't as nervous or anything because it was like they almost told me, hey, come in, we got to take care of some paperwork. And I saw it, and I was like, well, that's it. Like that I've been working for a year and a half for this piece of paper. When I signed my first professional contract, at that point I feel like I was in the right state of being, where like it just felt so natural. It wasn't like, oh, like it was like, okay, like I've been doing this. Like nothing changes. Like for me, a piece of paper really, I think that's that's another thing. I didn't feel like a pro after I signed the contract, to be honest. I felt like a pro a couple months before when I made that switch to make my life around the sport. That's what I think what a professional entails. Committing yourself to being a pro on a daily basis. That's all what it comes down to. It's not about signing a professional contract. It's not about getting paid to play. It's about making your life around soccer and being a perfectionist, being on your game every single day, limiting your mistakes. That's what a pro is. That's what a pro does in the game, and that's what separates good and great players as well. Right now, I mean, it's been like a week since our season ended, so for me, I'm still kind of trying to go back, reflecting on, you know, the stuff that I did well, the stuff that maybe, you know, I did, I could improve on. That's really where I'm at right now, really trying to focus, evaluate myself, really be hard on myself, and also, you know, be my biggest fan in a sense, be like, really establish, all right, this is what I did right, this is what I did wrong, this is what I really need to focus on, and that's where I'm at right now. I don't think I'm gonna worry too much of where I'm gonna be, or, you know, what team would be interested in having me next year. It's really about focusing on what I need to improve on right now. In terms of clubs, I really hope it works out, and I think it might be easier this time around because now having quote-unquote pro experience, teams tend to give you a little bit, you know, they might answer your phone call now. So we'll see. I really want to say I'm maybe not nervous about it. I mean, I kind of am, but I think I've already been through it to where I think it'll work itself out. I think so.
You want to do just like a first touch thing for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, dude, I'll be here all day.
I'll be here all day.
The biggest thing that I didn't expect about being a pro, and you hear about it all the time, is the amount of time you have outside of, you know, the time you're required to practice. You know, for me, being in San Antonio, being a professional, everybody thinks like, oh, you're training all day, you have all these, you know, meetings and whatnot. But the reality is that my schedule was, you know, practice in the morning. We had, you know, your gym session, maybe a film session here and there throughout the week, but you have so much downtime as a pro to, one, you know, maybe get some extra training, but, you know, you got to make sure that you have a life outside of the pro world, because for me it was being away from home as well. You know, I made a lot of good friends in San Antonio. The problem was that, you know, I came in midway through the season, so just finding things to do really outside of soccer. My biggest advice, and just to follow up with everything I'm saying, is don't listen to what people are saying, right? You gotta watch what successful people do, how they do it, and try to copy that as much as you can. People ask me like, oh, how many hours a week do you train? How many, you know, this, what should I be eating? What should I be doing? Like, it's awesome that, you know, a lot of people want to have that willingness to learn. But if you truly, I think if you truly want to be great and you truly want to be successful at something, you have to find out what that is for you. If that means if you realize I need to work on my first touch and I need to get this better, and if that means working 8 hours a day, do it. There's like, if that makes sense for you, that makes sense. If you need to train 1 hour a day, then do it. Like, if you want to go overseas and go to Europe because you think that's what's best for you, go for it. Look at guys maybe like you, that you've been in the USL. Look at the channel, look at the stuff that you do on a day-to-day basis and realize, wow, Shelly might talk a lot, but he also trains a lot more than he talks, you know, in a sense. Like look at your channel. You're always one, inspiring people. You're always trying to make people better, but at the same time, you're working, man. Like, you might not always post everything because sometimes I feel it's not about that. It's, you know, you have the channel to help other people, but I think you're a great inspiration to the guys that follow the channel, because I feel like a lot of people can see the struggle, see your day-to-day, and that's inspirational. That's the stuff that I feel like people should tune into. Not listen to what you're actually saying, but watch what you're doing, because that really resonates more than somebody saying you got to work hard, you got to do this. You hear that all the time, you know. All right, interview's over. Here's the good stuff. You lived in my kitchen, dude. Like, you literally called me up and you're like, Mondo, can I stay at your house? Like, I will stay in your living room. Just, I need, like, I'm like, yeah, dude, of course. Like, if you want to, go ahead. You know, like I thought it was a little crazy at the time. We're like, dude, you really need a place. But for you, it made sense. Like, I would come home and I'm like trying to make breakfast, and you're like, your bed's like right next to the stove. And I'm like, Shelly, dude, that was an awesome time. But people don't know that Become Elite started from that. You know, you started from nothing. Like, you started from zero like everybody else, and you've really grown the channel to what it is through hard work. But like, you also, it's always fun to look back and see how things started. And I remember when it was like your third or fourth video, and you're super excited. You're on the counter, because that's your desk, your kitchen counter, that's, I guess, your desk. And you're like, guys, I made my first quarter. We're like, yeah, dude. We're like, he made his first quarter on YouTube. And you were stoked, dude. You were like so stoked. And we're like, Shelly, shut up. Like, we're like, it's like, dude, like, here's a quarter. I remember, like, I think I threw you like a quarter or something like this, you know, but it's funny. And it's awesome. It's awesome to see it get to this point.
I hope we get Omar in this video here soon, because you guys have like that Pro GK Academy going.
Yes.
If you want to plug yourself, I'll put your Instagram up here so you don't have to plug yourself, but just if you want to talk about Pro GK. Yeah,
real quick, Pro GK is an Instagram account that Omar Zini, a good friend of mine, that we started in back in college, I guess. It was like right after I had finished my college season. I didn't have a club or a team to train with, so he was available to train with me, and we started training, and we started filming stuff to break down my technique. And there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to work on and we needed to see on film. And I guess we said, why don't we just post this? You know, because a lot of the film, I felt like it was really useful, at least for myself. So I said, somebody's got to, you know, appreciate this or get something out of this. So we posted it on Instagram on Pro GK Academy. And it slowly started growing. People started commenting. The goalkeeper community is super energetic about technique and have a lot of opinions. So the account grew and grew, and I used it as a platform for myself. I went to train because I needed to. I didn't have a club at the time, so it was a great opportunity for me to train on a day-to-day basis. And then we started helping people out, and reached out to a lot of people, and I feel like it's been an account that's truly helped people with the actual fundamentals of the game. It's not just out there just, you know, side volleys and you know, sick dives and whatnot. Pro GK Academy has right now 94,000, I believe. We're close to 100. We're close to 100.
We'll be training with each other all the time because like we're an hour away. So I'll come up and drive up there. You'll come down. We'll meet halfway sometimes and get some good sessions in.
Yeah, dude. We as much as possible.
Yeah. So whether you like it or not, you'll see him a lot in these videos to come. So just got back from the training session. Honestly, me and Mondo were talking about it wasn't the best session from either of us, but you know, you'll have those days. I just made some eggs and a banana for breakfast, and then honestly, I do have day 5 of the gym program for this week. It's more of like a prehab day, and it's honestly a pretty light day, but we were out of the field for like 2 hours. I've been sore kind of like for this whole first week, so I'm gonna be smart, and I'm just gonna listen to my body, and I'm gonna skip the gym for today. And you know, I want to be authentic and real, and I don't want it to make you guys seem that I'm doing double days every single day. Like yesterday, I went to the gym and did day 3 of the gym program, but I didn't go out to the field. It's just when I create a video, I kind of want to create a entertaining video, and I want to put soccer in there, I want to put weightlifting, so I usually film on the days that I'm doing double days. But I kind of have realized that kind of shows that it might give the impression that you guys are thinking I'm doing double days every single day, but that's just not always the case. So I want to be authentic and real. Like today, no gym session. I'll probably foam roll a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a mild day inside working and just kind of chilling. So I'll show you a little bit of the rest of today, but it's not gonna be crazy. Can we get one organic tsunami?
And then can I get the organic fat burner?
Thank you.
How was yours?
Really good.
Hey, how are you?
Can you get your chest?
So that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, as always, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post. Anyway, 2 last things. So this t-shirt is a Become Elite Pactera brand t-shirt. It's black on black. It's very subtle. I like that. And also the same thing, I'm posting about it on Instagram, but Pactera Athletics, which is like the compression shorts that I wear in all my videos, they're launching their like mid compression shorts in black, white, and charcoal. So they're the most comfortable stuff I've ever worn. Not sponsored. I'm not making a cent from any of this stuff. I just think it's the best compression gear I've ever worn, and I know the owner, and I know what he's been doing and how hard he's been working and how much time he spends on underwear. So if you're interested in that, that link will be in the description. Thanks to Armando for coming out. Like I said, Armando is going to be in a lot more videos to come. His stuff is in the description as well, his Instagram, so go follow him there. And yeah, so just thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, peace.